Hey, what's up? It's Madden, and we're here with Johnny from Temper Trap. Thanks for joining us, man. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
So you guys have been playing festivals pretty much all over the world, right? Did you just come in from another festival?
We haven't done a festival on this. Actually, I'm trying to remember. We've done a bunch of festivals around the world. I can't remember on this tour. We did one other festival. We have been done a lot of festivals. I'm trying to remember them. So, yeah.
So how would you say the vibe of, when we're sitting here looking out at like the trees and the park and this big stage, and how do you say the vibe of this festival as compared to maybe some of the ones you've done? I mean, you've done festivals in Europe, all over America, right? What do you think?
Man, this area, sort of San Fran area and all that sort of stuff. I mean, every time we've come here, the kids are passionate, and it's a very there's butterflies hung up all around the dressing rooms and stuff. So there's definitely vibe, and you guys are known for that. So yeah. Yeah,
I remember I saw you guys at the Fillmore, and I heard you somebody say that maybe that you thought that was kind of the most excited you'd seen a crowd be.
Yeah, our guitarist Lorenzo was just in a very passionate fix, and he was just like, "Yep, this is the best show we've done, and we love you guys." And yeah, it's definitely there's a place in our hearts for people around here.
Good. Yeah, see, I wanted to give you a little chance to to kiss some Bay Area butt while we were here, win some people over. I thought that was good.
No, it's good. And our last one of the other festivals we did, somebody brought a radio presenter gave us a doobie from somebody in the crowd. I mean, that just doesn't happen anywhere else, So
yeah, we do like to share doobies around here for sure. So, is there when you're playing a festival, you're kind of doing a festival set? Do you like that challenge of maybe playing to a lot of people who haven't heard your record?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's you get to play a lot of the faster numbers and sort of belt them out, and hopefully, have some fun with it,
So I was actually watching TV this morning. I was watching Project Runway. Don't judge. And and there's a promo came on with Sweet Disposition for Lifetime. It was hey, check out all the Lifetime shows, and Sweet Disposition in the background. Obviously, this song has been everywhere. 500 Days of Summer, and this commercial, and that commercial. Was that part of a plan for you guys?
Well, I mean, people kept offering stuff. Believe it or not, we have been fussy. That a lot of people wanted to use that song for different things. But we just sort of decided not to be too idealistic about it, and we just, with that song in particular, we just went, let's just try to get as many people to hear it. Hopefully from there they'll come to a show or buy a record or something. So we've intentionally sort of put it out there.
Yeah, and that worked for me. I mean, I know the exact moment, it was 500 Days of Summer, and watching that guy tear down the hallway and the song starts kicking, I'm like, oh my God, I got to hear that. What is that? So cool. I guess it does work. What was the craziest thing you turned down, that somebody wanted to use?
Oh man, there's been so many weird sort of I don't know, women's channels and all sorts of there's nowhere that hasn't been asked to use that song. So there's been some horror movies and stuff, and I'm just no, it's not a horror song. There's just stuff like that, But
who are we here with? What's your name?
Ryan.
Ryan, where are you from, Ryan?
South Africa.
South Africa, and we got. I'm getting a stash here. Oh, this is gonna be good.
Let's do it.
Oh yeah.
Living the
okay.
dream. Looking good. Wait, can I just do one good one?
No. That's where the line goes. So, dude, what are you doing today here? What's going on?
What am I doing?
Yeah,
what aren't
you
I
have
doing?
mutton chops, man.
What is he doing?
Nibbles.
So you just decided I'm going to go and get myself all painted up and head over to Outsidelands?
That was not my decision. That was a bunch of crazy girls who just couldn't handle themselves.
Where are these crazy girls right now?
I'd like to know.
All right, what's up? Madden backstage at Outsidelands, and I'm here with members of Phoenix. Tell us your name and what you do in the band.
Hi, my name is Dek, and I play bass.
And I'm Thomas, and I sing.
All right, so obviously it's been a huge year for you guys. It just seems like things get bigger and bigger. You guys have been making music, though, really good music, for a long time. So what do you think it is about this batch of songs that resonated with people this time around that didn't happen before? What's different?
Well, thank you first. Well, it's really hard to say, but...
Nothing is different, maybe.
Yeah.
It's just the planets are in line.
Yeah.
Something. I think it's not us. Something else happened.
For sure, because we made it exactly the same way, in the same spirit as we did the one before, just no compromises and doing what we feel is right to do, and with honesty. But though we changed people we are working with, and this maybe is those planets that are maybe
that I like.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're right. It's like you listen to the older records and they're just as good. It's just sometimes maybe people aren't ready for something, and then they are. It's funny how that seems to work. So at this point, I mean, you guys played Lollapalooza last week, like huge crowd, right? And you guys have been doing festivals all over the place. Does a big crowd intimidate you at this point? You feel like you can kind of handle anything?
To be honest, Lollapalooza was a bit intimidating, but went very fine. Yeah, the crowd was really amazing. We were really like overwhelmed, honestly. Yeah.
I'm intimidated to sing "Happy Birthday" to someone, even in the group.
Yeah.
So in front of a lot of people, we're intimidated.
No, but it's
always
true that
intimidating.
usually small shows are more intimidating in a way because people are really close, and but Lola was something different too.
Yeah, I mean, I find, like I can talk to thousands of people when I'm not looking at them, but the second you get up on a stage, whether it's like 4 or 20,000, then it's like, oh my God, it's totally a different thing when you can see them and connect. So if you're playing a big show like that, like do you pick out individual people in a crowd, or is it just like a mass of people? Like how do you connect with a group that size?
When it's daytime, you just don't look at people yawning.
Oh, we just got the set times, 92.3, Outsidelands, woo, bass nectar!
Now, I know that there is nobody in the band named Edward Sharpe. How did the name come about, Edward Sharpe and the Magnetic Zeros?
It just came to me, man. It just came to me.
I have an understanding that it may have been an idea from a book.
It was an idea that came to me and went into a book. Yeah.
So is the book done? It's a book that you were writing and you kind of took on the persona for the band a little bit, and just kind of, how did that come about?
Really, it was a book about my fantasy of myself, really. So there was no persona exactly. To put it as eloquently as possible, changing my name, which up to that point in my life I'd felt like my name had come to mean things that was not me, that were not me. Changing my name was an avenue back towards myself, so it wasn't adopting a new persona or anything. It was actually regressing back to my true self in a way, clearing the table.
So is Edward Sharpe and the Magnetic Zeros kind of like more of an artistic outlet for you? I know that you're from another band, I'm a Robot, and two completely different sounding bands. Now is Edward Sharpe kind of more like from you, and how did you get the difference in sound?
I believe in change, I've experienced changing myself and growing. I just grew, things changed, that's all. It's not like, I want to experiment with, blah, 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 blah. It's not like that,
Hey, we're here at Outsidelands with Rock Medicine, a program of the Haight-Ashbury Free Clinic that provides non-judgmental free healthcare, and we're hanging out with Channel 92.3.
All right, it's always good to talk to people who want to be on TV.
Yes.
What's your name?
Alina.
Alina, and you are?
I'm Holly. I'm actually going to be on TV.
Well, yeah, you're going to be on video, I think might be the fair way to say it. What are you guys doing today?
Just the usual.
Just screwing around with some paint?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I mean, whatever you need is, anywhere in Cali you can get the fine greens anyway, you know what I mean? Like, it's where, when you get to the Midwest and some of the southern states, it just gets brutal.
Yeah.
You get this.
Everyone comes up, I got the chronic, and you're like, no, you don't.
And then, but then you get to the East Coast and they try to charge you $500 a zip and stuff like that. And you're just kind of like, yo, bro, I live in Cali, man. This stuff comes greener, fresher, and half the price. What do you want me to do?
So you
feel about the Bay Area?
Love it. I'm from here, man. I was born in San Francisco. Grew up in Marin County, San Rafael, and nice to be back home. Yeah, stoked.
And then after this, you guys are going down south, Florida?
Fly to Myrtle Beach.
Okay.
Yeah, South Carolina, yeah, southeast.
To pick up the rest of the tour because we kind of just took a break to do these 2 festivals and then fly back out and finish the tour with Cypress and Collie Buds.
Yeah, they're meeting us out there. So
when does that wrap up? When do you guys get to take a break?
we're on the road 2 more weeks.
Two
so
more
we do
weeks.
another week in the southeast, and we got a couple days off, and then we do another week in that kind of same area, and then we're off. So
And then we got 2 months off to maybe start doing some more studio stuff and just kind of relax. We're road dogs. We spend a couple hundred days a year on tour, so every now and then you just kind of
Gotta take a break, man.
Smell the roses, smell the ocean in front of our house.
And because you guys literally just got off the plane like right now, and like you're here now literally, so that's cool. You guys are tough and.
Some delays, man. We got stuck in leaving Denver. I guess there was obviously fog. What a surprise! So they had us held up for a couple hours, but we made it in time, so we're good.
Right on.
Time to see Al Green.
Yeah, he's starting in like a few minutes here, so.
I gotta go bring him a chronic joint real quick. See what's up.
Oh, it's Al Green.
If he does it, he should.
You know what? He may not smoke now, but I guarantee you he'd used to. So every musician has some.
Just brought this as a nice donation, and I hope you enjoy it.
So if you guys don't mind, one thing we did see is that you guys were discovered by Brad from Sublime, and you guys were still in high school, right? When that happened.
We were like 16.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about that. I mean. Well, it's a cool story. I mean, that doesn't happen to everyone,
Yeah, no, it was pretty nuts. What was crazy is like when I was a kid, we went and saw my mom's like best friend made me like a fake ID to go see Sublime at a bar in Ocean Beach, and there was probably like 25 people at the show, and we were all just kind of raging. And my mom and her friends and husband and all these other cats. I was with Kyle's dad, and they somehow got Brad and Miguel and Brad's girl to come back to our house. Like, oh, my son's got all these guitars and recording equipment. And he's like, oh, fuck it, I'll go check it out, whatever. And he cruises up, and after that, we just kind of became friends and started rolling up to Long Beach all the time and hanging with the cats. And eventually, they're like, let's go do a show at this place called the Foothill in Long Beach. And after we played a show, he's like, yo, let's put out a record. And we were like, high school kids at the time, so it really didn't get much better than that, So, because we grew up listening to them, you paddle out surfing, you're bumping 40 ounces to freedom before we hit the water. So it's pretty cool. And I mean, unfortunately, it was tragic when he passed away. I mean, I think it's been like 14 years already, and it's just kind of like mind blowing how fast time really goes by. And they really kind of put our foot in the door, because everybody knew what Skunk Records was at that point in time. You know what I mean? 16 years ago, everyone was like, oh, Skunk Records. It was Sublime, the Ziggins, and it was cool that we put that on the CD, and people, even if they didn't know what Slightly Stoopid was, they're like, oh, let's go check out this skunk band. They're probably cool, Sublime and all these cats. So, and from there, it's just kind of been chaos and madness and fun.
Hey, it's Tanner here, backstage at Outsidelands with Social Distortion. This is a pretty awesome experience for me. I'm a huge fan, huge fan. So nice to meet you. Thank you for coming.
Thank you. Good to be here.
It's good to be here. Thanks.
So you guys are playing tonight. Can we expect some new stuff out of you guys?
Yeah, we're trying not to give away the album yet, though.
I hear that.
But yeah, we're gonna give a taste.
When does the album come out?
November.
And what's the title of it?
It's Hard Times and Nursery Rhymes.
I have heard some, I don't know, maybe they're misquoted, but some pretty strange quotes. So there's going to be a little bit of a Black Crowes kind of influence on it.
Well, I mean, we love the Black Crowes, but I mean, it's the same influences as ever. Rolling Stones and Ramones.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. What do you think about like the current state of punk rock? Do you think it's like on a decline, or is it seriously still there and as strong as ever?
I don't think about it. I do what I do. I really don't. I was a punk rocker when I was 17. I'm a grown man now, and I don't pay attention to what's happening right now. You know what I mean? That's not how I get inspiration, or you know what I mean?
Person to do that to me today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, they missed a spot.
I gotta stop messing around with paint.